FutureDad 36. Disembark the Experiential Treadmill. Quote, Hedonism, the gloomy philosophy which says that pleasure is the only good. C.S. Lewis. 2 decades ago, a friend asked me a question which I still think about to this day. We were in a restaurant at the time and I was reading the wine menu. I sucked in my breath like a mechanic noticing a broken window wiper. For good reason. The wine ranged from a little pricey to ruinously expensive. Hearing and seeing my distress, my friend intervened and called the waiter over. He chose a wine outrageously close to the bottom of the page, then asked me the question. Are you living or are you existing? It was designed to squash my resistance because he wanted to get drunk in style. I relented and said something like, oh, to hell with it, I'm in. But the question stuck with me. Many years later, I still think about it. When I do, it can trigger mild existential angst. It captures a moment of inflection, where a single choice can dictate everything. Your choice of career, where you live, your partner, your mode of life. It's amazing that just 7 well-chosen words can have that effect. A pithy, philosophical question can undo all of your level-headed analysis and careful planning. It may cause you to think, well, life is short, which it's not. You may even start to think, if I don't celebrate when I can, I'll fade into a quiet life of boredom, which you won't, at least not necessarily. Now, it is important to savor life and make lasting memories. That's the stuff of life and we all seem to agree. Memories come from vivid or novel experiences, especially ones you share with friends or loved ones. You benefit from them years later by retelling the story or by replaying it in your head. So it's understandable, indeed laudable, that you would focus entirely on experiences rather than purchases to build an interesting life. I should know this. I wrote an essay on the folly of a consumerist lifestyle in FutureDad 7 Superpowers Part 1, Minimalism. What better way to live than to create lots of experiential memories? But I have bad news. When you proudly pursue and celebrate experiences rather than stuff, you are still being tricked into thinking as a consumer. Champagne and sports cars becomes balloon trips and escape rooms. The justification, of course, is that the latter gives you memories and photographs, do you see? In a way, in recent years, the experience has become the new consumption, replacing acquisitional hedonism of stuff with sensory hedonism of events in the search for meaning. My contention is that neither is fulfilling on its own. It is foolhardy to decide that your objective in life is to create great memories of either things or events. Both are pleasant but ephemeral delights. Indulging in either is not living or existing. It's often escaping. Indeed, experiences can be verbally replayed with friends, but that doesn't make them enduring. Read my essay, FutureDad 10, Even Your Best Friends Are Temporary. Most close friendships end before your life does. What happens when you stop speaking to the person you shared the moment of a lifetime? The preoccupation with novel experiences starts to take on a new light. It is a placeholder while you work out what to do with your life. A delay tactic until you find your purpose. How to bring balance to this preoccupation with experiences, or even worse, purchases? Reframe it. The question of how do I give my life meaning is actually 2 questions under the hood. The first is, what are my actual core passions? It is modern architecture, exposing injustice, being with family. Quiet reflection helps you answer that. Then secondly, how do I express my core passions in a productive way? This part brings people great sorrow when ignored or neglected. It is only solved by producing something of your own. In other words, meaning comes from productive expression of your passions. It may bring significance and your very own immortality project, designing a new skyscraper, exposing corruption in your industry, creating a large happy family of your own. Almost everything else, whether buying a new coffee maker or visiting a coffee museum, is ultimately unsatisfying. And not just because I drink tea. Future Dad.